This is Des Plays, and welcome back to World of Warships. Now, today I've got a few different replays for you. None of them are going to be that long. I think I'm going to die in most of them. But, yeah. Anyway, starting off with this one. This is me and Wong Lee, both in our Nicholases. The Nicholas. We are each in a Nicholas. And I think this is a good example of why... Do you remember in the Aoba video that I did how I said you couldn't pay me to go in this gap? Now, that's not true all the time. I think mid to late game, this is a viable... This channel's wide enough for you to go through in a large cruiser. But in the beginning of the game, this is where destroyers like to hang out. And you're about to see that. So me and Wong are both going in here. See if we can't get some action in there. And I guarantee you we're going to run into some destroyers. So, got torps up. And I don't remember if I fire blind here or not, but I probably will. Alright, so I'm detected. There's going to be a destroyer there. There he is. That's another Nicholas. Now, American DDs are all about the guns, not so much the torpedoes. But he's within our range. If he continues on that track, those torpedoes aren't going to hit him. But I'm kind of banking on him maneuvering a little bit. Now, engaging somebody broadside on is never a good idea. It's especially not a good idea in a destroyer. But that guy's going to get away.
Problem solved, sir.
And we have a very ballsy Tenryu here, who he's already taken he's already taken a torp hit. So yeah. I mean, I would have turned around right there. But the Tenryu is small and maneuverable enough. Smaller, faster, maneuverable than, say, something like the Aoba. So going in here early game, not necessarily a terrible idea. I mean, the big problem, I think, with trying to do this is if you take the middle, what do you do with it? Because you haven't given the team enough time to spread around to the flanks and leave their middle open. There's a St. Louis, and is that the Nicholas or another destroyer? I believe it's an Isakaze. They have a Nicholas and 3 Isakazes over on that team. Now you see all the torps just crisscross the middle here. Theirs are coming through. Ours are going through. You can see why this would be a bad place for a large ship. All right, so there's an Isakaze. Wong's going in. I'm going in. Tenryu drops. Not Tenryu. Sorry, Isakaze takes out the Tenryu. So he's gone. That's one ship. Now Wong's going to drop torps on him close range. But most of the time he doesn't like the really tight spreads. I believe that's the wider spread. So not the Tenryu. The Isakaze is able to get away from that. Destroyer is maneuverable enough, even at close range, to get out of something like that. But we're going to have this guy. It's 2v1. We're gunboats. He's not. We're going to take him out. I think Wong's going to get him in a second. But there's some more torpedoes. And the Nicholas is back.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
So, Wong takes out the Isakaze. Nicholas takes out Wong. I take out the Nicholas. 4 destroyers enter. 1 destroyer leaves. And this point hasn't been capped yet, so I'm going to try to do that right now. And I don't usually play DDs that often, so I often forget to turn my AA off. As you can see, I did just there. And we've popped smoke so that we can hide in here while we cap this point. But I'm about to see, I slow down, but I'm about to see the red mist. Wait for it.
Smoke screen set.
There it is. There's nothing between me and the carrier. So I hit the throttle, and Wong's like starts screaming at me. He's like, "You haven't capped a point! You haven't capped a point!" And at the last second, I hit the brakes. That would have been a super noob move right there, leaving the cap circle before you got it fully capped. Not gonna say I've never done that before, but yeah. Anyway, so like I said, there's nothing between me and the carrier. But take a look at the score: 524 to 4. Now, I've heard about this happening, but I don't recall a time that I've ever seen it happening in a game that I've been in. Because remember, this is a domination game, and if you sink an enemy ship, your team gains points, the other team loses points. We've been wrecking them pretty hard. More than half their team's gone. They only have 4 points left. All right, and they got one of our guys. So now they're back. But I hadn't noticed this at this point because I've seen the carrier tunnel vision intensifies, and I really want him. Now the other thing I was going to say is that my usual strategy when engaging carriers is I don't open up until I'm spotted by them, to give them the least amount of time to make use of their planes. But I believe that's a Japanese ship. Yeah, no, that's the Langley. How did I not hit a Langley? What a scrub. And any second now, I'm still just like, oh my god, I get a full health carrier, but no, game's over. What the heck? I have never been so mad to win a game. All right, anyways, on to the next one. All right, so here we are back in the Aoba, and we're on the Two Brothers map. Now, I'm taking a couple seconds here to slowly accelerate and try and decide what I'm going to do. And off to my right, we have not one, but 2 Clevelands. And I like the sound of that. Now that Cleveland is turning left, so we might not be getting him. But at least one Cleveland is going right. And I think an Aoba-Cleveland combo is pretty devastating. Or at least that's my opinion on that. Like I think both of these ships are really good by themselves. You put both of them together, working on a target, and I think that's going to be GG. But anyway, that is what I'm thinking right here. And in my experience, that has worked out pretty well. But we have actually, okay, that guy is turning back. So I'm going to head up there with these guys and see what we can do. And I'm going to speed things up because it's going to be a minute or two before we actually engage somebody. So we have 3 cruisers coming down towards us. One guy is coming down the slot. That's a really tiny gap there. That's not a good place to be. And what do we have? We have a Marblehead. I don't know too much about the Marblehead. It's I haven't looked it up. All right, these shots right here. Now, I think in the first couple broadsides I fire. That one I did not have the lead. I almost had the range. This one I think I'm going to have the lead, but not the range. And I gotta say, I do like this feature. It's pretty cool. Look at that! Look at that! Just so close! Oh! That would have been a great hit, too. Anyway, getting back to the Marblehead. I haven't seen it too often to know too much about it, but I think it's just basically like an Omaha. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't looked up too much about it, and I haven't get engaged it enough to really form an opinion of it or what I think about it. The Romansk I have an opinion of, and I don't like it at all. I'm gonna buy one, and then I will probably love it. But anyways, let's see. Okay, so we got one Phoenix. He's already pretty hurt. He's going left. Marblehead and an Omaha to our right. Looks like battleships behind them. So let's see what we can do against these guys. Do I have HE loaded? Why do I have HE loaded? I think that's a replay bug because I almost never start with HE. I mean, I usually start with AP and then switch to HE if I think that we're going to be running into destroyers. So I already got a good hit on that Omaha. And we're not angled well against them. Or any of the other ships that are coming behind him. And let's see, another good hit, another good hit. It's all right. So he's almost dead, and the Cleveland's shooting at him. So I figure he's fine. They're gonna handle him. And this Marblehead's coming around the corner on our flank, angled towards the big battleship back there. And this, yeah, okay, this is definitely a replay bug because I did shoot a AP at this guy. And this is going to be beautiful. I might actually slow-mo this. Wait for him to come around, show me the spot that I want to see, and savor it, savor it. 1, 2, 3 citadels. Look at that. 17,000 damage.
Penetration.
And that's one of the reasons that I love this ship. I mean, this is a cruiser, and ships just evaporate in front of you when you hit them right. It's a beautiful thing. Now, all right, what else is going on? So, we have all this bad stuff ahead of us, taking all kinds of fire. And I'm out in front where I don't want to be. As you can see, my allies have turned around, which I'm not a fan of. And I'm going to have to put myself in a bad position in order to engage these guys properly. It's a New York and a Fuso. I do not like that combination. One battle, you know, going up against one battleship's bad enough, but two, no thank you. So remember, we have 10-kilometer torps, so I'm going to try to get torps away on this New York. And then try to restore a good angle against them. But we have a destroyer, danger close, on our left, which sucks because I'm gonna have to anticipate him dropping torps on me, which means I need to turn towards him so that I'm nose into the torpedoes, which is gonna leave me with a horrible angle against these guys. But they might hit me pretty hard. Those torps are probably gonna kill me. And this, what's about to happen right here, is pretty fun. Okay, so there's one dodged. And what is he in? I think that's an Isakaze. Yeah, Isakaze. So his reload, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's pretty fast. So he's going to have torps back in a hot second. And we just have to try to kill him before he's able to get that other spread off. See, keep going, nose in.
Torpedo, direct front.
And there's more torps. And this is why you go nose into torps. This is one of the most tense engagements I've ever had. I gotta be honest. And now you're about to see, look at that traverse. I can't keep up with him. He's too close. He's too close. Oh, guns, come on. I'm trying to turn the ship too to get the guns on point. I think maybe I can get it with the rear turret, and oh god, we're out of it.
Enemy destroyers sunk.
So, I'm not going to go into the rest of this replay because I make a poor decision and I go off and die. But just to
Problem solved, sir.
go through what my options are here. We have two battleships by themselves off to, you know, our right over there. What we could do is that island is, we should be able to turn inside that island, use that as cover to fall back and rejoin friendly forces. In retrospect, that is probably what I should have done. Or we can head straight out here, go nose into them, and try to take them on. Again, that's a good angle for us, but head on against battleship guns, they can punch through your front. So not the best idea. Or I believe I can get through to the backfield here and get after their carriers. And you know I'm a sucker for going after carriers, so that is what I do, and it does not end well. Oh, what the heck, I'll just show it anyway. Because when I say it doesn't end well, I mean it really doesn't end well. Now this is a terrible idea because... I mean, it's a terrible idea... excuse me. It's a terrible idea to do this because I'm going to have to go broadside onto them to get out of here and go through with what I'm planning to do. And that's not a position. I mean, look at these. I got lucky there that the angle they came in at was so flat. You bounced off the deck. I mean, if he had put that into the hull, that would have been bad. But I think he's going to get another broadside in here. Yep. Again, we got lucky. Not too bad in terms of damage. So, where you at, Mr. Carrier? There's one. The other one, I believe, is off over in that direction. There. See his torps coming in? So he's over there. And that's the guy that we want. But there's that Phoenix that got away earlier. Now I should have activated defensive AA, but I mean this was that Phoenix really took me by surprise, so I wasn't thinking straight.
Torpedoes to start.
And yeah, I mean horrible situation. Torpedoes coming from both sides. You're just screwed. So it's possible I could have handled that situation better. Well, not possible. I could have definitely handled that situation better. But I think the better decision would have been to not come up here like that at all and fall back to my friendly forces. You see, these battleships are on the run now. But anyway, that's enough for that one. That taking out that Marblehead in the one broadside and then dealing with that destroyer. This was a really fun game for me. I wasn't even really that mad when I got killed like that there at the end. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the replays that I had for you today, and I just want to say that I also think the second replay, the Aoba replay, really highlights one of the great things about replays, and that it allows you to not just go back and watch the things that you did really well or were really exciting or amazing or whatever, but it also allows you to see a lot of the things that you did wrong, and it's a great tool for analyzing your play, identifying where you're falling short or what is keeping you from getting better, and making a mental note to try to do something about that. So the next time that I'm in a situation like this and I'm tempted to go after their carriers, I might think twice about it. I probably won't, but I might. You never know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you next time.